I'm starting this one from the end in a way, because I hadn't meant to film anything today. I was going to have a day off and just ride. So I didn't actually start filming until the very end of the day. I don't know how much sense this is going to make, because I didn't really have an edit in mind when I got going, but things happened, things occurred which I thought should be documented, as they are part and parcel of this whole long distance cycling thing. So anyway, this is what happened during the end of today. Right, I wasn't going to film anything today, but I'm picking up, it's coming towards the end of the day, and oh god, it might actually be coming towards the end of this trip. The bearing in my jockey wheel has just kind of exploded and seized up completely. That doesn't turn at all anymore. Flipping it over to have a look at what was going on, I've noticed the strut on my pannier rack is completely gone as well here, absolutely broken through, so that's totally loose. That's kind of minor, I can strap that up with cable ties. This is a ball ache. This has got me stationary. I don't know what to do about this. I'm going to take it off, I'm going to clean it up and see if I can get it turning. There's a bike shop south of here, but it's 17 miles away. I don't want to hike that really. Yeah, this could be a game changer, but I'm going to get even more greasy than I am and see if I can get it running. Right, I got the wheel back on. I had the bearings in the jockey wheel have actually bust open, and the little cage that holds the balls is pretty knackered. I had to pop out one of the ball bearings. I had to take out because it just wasn't sitting in. So I'm running on one less bearing than I should. I mean, it's not really sealed. It's turning now, but I guess it's only a very short matter of time before that just gets full of crud and dies completely. I fixed the rack with cable ties as best I can, and I mean, God bless them, who doesn't love a cable tie, but that's not going to last a monstrously long time either. So there's a bike shop about 20 or 25 miles on the route. I mean, it's kind of where I'm aiming for today, although I'm a bit behind schedule now. So I'm gonna push on towards that, hope I get there. They open tomorrow morning, so I'll see if I can get in there and get a new jockey wheel. I'm not gonna buy a new, I don't know, I'll see if they've got a rack, but I think it will last until Halmstad at least. We're limping here, people, we're limping. But what can one do? Let's just see how far we get, I guess. My fixes seem to be holding. I got another couple of hours in with no major drama. The rack I'm not bothered about, although that main strut is completely sheared through. It actually sits quite snugly, and I think as long as I avoid any serious humpity-bumpity off-road stuff, which at this point in the trip isn't going to be difficult, I don't see why it shouldn't last home. The jockey wheel is anyone's guess really. It seems to be running fine, one ball down. It's not dragging or skipping or making any unpleasant noises. It could go for another 1,000 miles, or it could explode in the next 10 meters and shed its remaining bearings into the mud. I just don't know. I'm stopping here. I'm not that far from the town of Terboda, where I think there's a bike shop. So when I pass through there tomorrow, I'll poke my head in. If I can get a replacement, job's a good one. If I can't, then we all cross our fingers and just hope it all holds together until Halmstad. It's a bit of a catalogue of disasters, really. Stuff kind of failing left, right and centre. It's all rather distressing. If for no other reason than it means I'm going to get home with a massive shopping list. I'm probably going to need a new backpack. I'm definitely going to need a new rear rack. My rear panniers, I've noticed, have got some fairly serious holes in them and are probably coming to the end of their life. The tent, I can probably get new poles for the tent, but that's got a few non-fatal holes in it as well and can't have that long left. I wonder if it's all fate, whether this is all some kind of sign, because for a while now I've been thinking that I'd like to get away from the whole rack and pannier touring setup and move over to a more lightweight kind of bike packing style thing. And so maybe this is the push. Maybe this is the chance of a new beginning, a golden new dawn for me. Instead of replacing all this stuff that's breaking, when I get home, I'll buy a new tent, something super light, super packable, freestanding, and maybe I push the boat out and buy myself a new bike. Surly I've got a couple of models that tickle me in all the right places. I'd love a tumbleweed, but that might be pushing the boat out a little bit too far, financially speaking. Something with a roll-off would be very nice though. I think this stuff that's happened today has kind of cemented my long fermenting mistrust of the derailleur as a touring option. They always seem to be getting clogged up with sticks or mud, or they're getting dry and squeaky, or you've bashed them and they're bent out of alignment and they're clicking and skipping. Even if you spend weeks indexing them so they change like a rifle, you only have to go out 20 minutes in the rain and that's all gone to pot and they're back to, oh no, actually these gears don't work. They're just very fragile, high maintenance mechanisms, I've always thought, to be relying on when you're out in the middle of wherever you're in the middle of. So I need to get home really and see how the finances are looking and see what's going on with work and all that kind of grown-up stuff. But I'm hoping that I've got at least another few weeks of not having to think about that. I'm still living on touring time here and I'm not really ready to come home yet. I found this beautiful lake, some nice level pitch next to it, and I'm going to spend the night here. And if kit breaks, what can you do? This is all part of the philosophy of the saddle. It's only stuff, isn't it? If it rains, it rains. If kit breaks, we walk. But let's hope not.